Charlie, how you doing, pal? How you doing? Hi. It's Blackburn overseas. Yes, buddy, that's me. Yeah, did you get my text about the Wigan Christmas party? Yeah. So the laxatives should arrive any day now. So just remember, Paul Cock, the gaffer, make sure he gets an extra portion, if you know what I mean. Yeah. All right, and give the keeper a little bit of magic too. Awesome, Agent Mulgrew. You're doing bits. We nearly got them Ticks relegated. Hang in there, Chief. You're doing a wondrous job, and I'll see you. See you on Monday, Ewood Park. Yo. Yeah, it's the skipper. Gotta love the skipper. That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview. This time looking forward to the Christmas Eve match between Blackburn Rovers against Wigan Athletic at Ewood Park. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button, keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, world football related, of course, championship related. We've got it all here. Underwaruski, that's right. Let's get in the old festive spirit now, shall we? And take a little look at the match in a bit more detail. It does take place right here at the glorious Ewood Park, that's right. And we're up against these bad boys. Wigan, yeah. Our buddies from League One, back in the day. The game does take place on 23rd of December, and their manager is still Paul Cock. The danger man for me is Kiefer Moore. He might not be starting regular, but he's one of the top goal scorers they've got at the moment. Josh Windass is another one I'll keep an eye on. Last season they finished in 18th for the championship. Their record against Rovers, they played each other 28 times. Rovers have won 15 of them, Wigan have won 7. There's been 6 draws as well. Last season they did spank us at their gaff 3-1, but we got a little bit of a retribution when they came to Ewood Park and we won 3-0. Obviously duking it out. It does say 21st of December down there, but we're actually taking place on the 23rd, and because we've been moved forward for a bit of Monday Night Football. And then we'll duke it all out again in 2020 in March the 18th down at the DW. They could be relegated by then. We could be promoted. You never know. Anyway, so let's take a look at some of the key attributes between two sides. First of all, it's the hosts, and of course the fantastic Blackburn Rovers. Our strengths, creating long shot opportunities and defending set pieces. Our weaknesses is still protecting the league and avoiding offsides. Our style of play is attacking through the middle and being non-aggressive. Very condensed sort of characteristics there, which is fine by me. The little or the least you know about us, the better. As for Wigan, their strengths, shooting from direct free kicks, attacking set pieces and aerial duels. They are quite a feisty little team as well. Their weaknesses are finishing scoring chances, defending against attacks down the wings, protecting the lead and defending set pieces, and also avoiding fouls in the dangerous areas. We'll take a look at that sort of stat in a bit more detail in just a second. Their style is long ball, attempt crosses off and take long shots, control the game in the opposition half, going through the middle but also playing out wide, very aggressive, and opponents also like to play aggressively against them because they can be quite feisty and annoying. So here's the stats for you, and some good ones to take a look at. Obviously, Bradley Dacarino still leads the way with 10 goals. Adam Armstrong got himself a goal on the weekend, a good one as well. 5 goals to him, Williams 3, and Gallagher has 3. As for the discipline, Lenihan has 6 yellows. Bennett, Cunningham, and Williams have 4. Dacarino has the only red, but he's back in contention. As for Wigan, the top goal scorer is Che Dunkley, defender. It's like a El Mulgrew-esque. Pilkington has 2, Kiefer Moore has 2, and Josh Windass has 2 goals as well. As for discipline, Morsey has 8 yellows, Byrne has 6, Gunn has 5, and Williams has 5 as well. As for the Reds, 3 reds so far, Kipley, Williams, and Dunkley as well. So let's take a look at Wigan. We should have really looked at the home side first, but we'll look at Wigan anyway. Their positional stats, their shots, the majority of their shots, 70% of them come through the middle, with 19% of them coming on the left-hand side. They also have 46% of all shots coming within the 18-yard box. As for shots received, 68% of them come through the middle and 57% through the 18-yard box as well. They prefer to have their touches out on the wings with 36 and 37% respectively, both on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, with 41% in the middle third as well. As for their goals, they've scored 9 through open play, 8 through set pieces. That's quite a high number. 1 counter-attack, 1 penalty, and 1 big fat OG. They've conceded their goals, though, 19 from open play, 15 from set pieces, and 1 penalty. penalty. So a bit of this and a bit of that for them. As for Rovers, our shots have come 70% through the middle, with 60% within the 18-yard box. Also, shots received 62% through the middle, 51% through the 18-yard box as well. With the majority of our touches coming on the right-hand side, with the left not too far behind, 38% down the right, 35% down the left, 42% in the middle third. Our goals, 20 of them have come from open play, 4 from set pieces, 3 penalties, and 1 OG. As for goals, in fact, those were goals against. Goals received or goals scored, 19 in open play, 7 from set pieces, 2 penalties, and 2 OGs. So moving on, let's take a look at the expecting starting lineup. So I've gone back to the 4-2-3-1 for the home match with Walton between sticks. I think I'm giving Downing. I know Bell played phenomenal. Probably one of his better games in a Rovers shirt. But I'm going Downing back in there after a few days. Yeah, he would have a long day off. It'll be a week and a half off. So I'm getting back into the thick of things. Lenihan, Adebayo, and Nyambe, the back four. Travis and Johnson, of course, a goal and assist. You can't really knock against that. Evans would be hard done by to be left out. Dacarino in the middle of the park. Armstrong on the left. Gallagher at the right. And I've got DG up top. So no Bren Brereton for me. But I think at home, you've got to link up the D and the G once again with Dacarino and Danny Graham. As for Wigan, they're going to go with a 4-2-3-1 as well, with Jones between sticks, Robinson on the left, Dunkley, Kipri, and Byrne. A lot of goals coming from the corners, so we've got to be very, very aware of that. No Mulgrew, obviously cup-tied, and he's also, been agent Mulgrew and sabotaging the Christmas party. Morsey and Evans in those defensive midfield slots, with Windass low, Massey, and I've gone Kiefer Moore up top. So we'll see if that's anywhere close. If you are a Wigan fan, you caught this video by chance, let me know if you agree or disagree with that formation and that starting lineup. The next 5 games for Rovers, not including the next one, we have Birmingham at home, Huddersfield away, Forest in the new year, Birmingham in the FA Cup, and then back. What a taster! Saturday, the January 11th, it's North End once again. Out of those Premier League games, out of those Championship games, I'd expect to see if we could get 3, 6, if we could get 6, 7, 8 points out of those 12. I'd take that right now. I would. As for Wigan, they take on Derby on Boxing Day, then they take on Nottingham Forest a couple of days later. Birmingham on January 1st, then they take on Leicester City, tasty one in the FA Cup, and Bristol City at the DW on Saturday, the 11th of January. Let's take a look at the last 5 results for both sides here. Rovers come into this on the back of a nice little run at the moment, 4 wins and 1 draw. They did beat Bristol City last time. It was an amazing performance from us. We did draw with Swansea 1-1. Unfortunate to maybe been a bit greedy, but yeah, I think that was probably a fair result. We did beat Derby 1-0 at home. We did beat Stoke 2-1 away, and we did beat Brentford at home 1-0. As for Wigan, they come into this 2 games unbeaten with 2 draws, a draw against Wigan and a draw against West Brom at home. You can't sniff against that draw against West Brom. That's a decent point. I know it's at home, but West Brom are putting goals past a lot of teams at the moment. Luton Town did beat them though 2-1, as did Reading 3-1 at the DW, and Millwall also picked up a draw. Wigan also picked up a draw against Millwall down London way. This is the home and away form side by side. Rovers come into this with a 4-game winning run at home, 6-game unbeaten run at the Fortress. As for Wigan, they're actually on a 6-game winless run, 2 draws and 4 defeats in that cluster. Feel free to pause the screen and take a look at those numbers for you. Here is the form table, the overall table. Rovers sit nicely in 3rd. Wigan are 23rd. We have actually picked up 16 out of a possible 18 points. That's joint with the leaders, West Brom and Leeds, with Brentford 4 points off of us in 4th spot. Wigan just picking up the 3 at the moment, but hey, let's not get too greedy now. As for Rovers home form, we sit 4th in the table, picking up a possible 14 out of 18 points. Again, 4 games winning run at the moment, looking decent. As for Wigan's home form, we're not really bothered about that because we're not at DW today or this week. They are bottom. As for their away form, though, they're 21st in the table, picking up 2 points at the possible 18. Rovers away form, not really bothered about it. We're doing good at the minute. 3-game unbeaten run away from home, so that's solid when we bring it back around. I think up against Huddersfield, I think. That's our next away game. Anyway, let's take a look at the last few games between the 2 sides in all competitions and all venues. It's actually quite evens. 2 wins for Rovers, 2 wins for Wigan, and 2 draws. Last season, excuse me, we exchanged victories. We picked up the victory at Ewood Park 3-0, but we also lost 3-1 at their place. Had a bit of a collapse there towards the back end of that. A couple of seasons back in League One, it was the draw fest. We drew 0-0 at their place, and then we also drew 2-2 in front of the cameras as well at Ewood Park. And then if you turn the clock back even further, it was, again, we exchanged victories with that Marvin Emnes goal. I think that was the relegation season. And then also Wigan put 3 past us at their place. So, yeah, it's even Stevens, and they seem to be in our business more often than not these days. The last 6 games at Ewood Park, though, is very much in favour of Rovers. The only blip is that game in front of the Sky Cameras. It was a 2-2 draw the back end of last 2 seasons ago in League One. Yeah, so, yeah, look at that. Look at that 7-goal barnstorm. I don't want that, I'm afraid. With Rudiger Stead, Daily Double, Tom Kearney, Jordan Rhodes. William Tomlinson scored a goal back in the day. Was that a League Cup, or I don't even know what that game was. FA Cup? FA Cup, perhaps? Anyway, so we got a good record against them at Ewood Park. Let's take a look at the division as a whole. The main man at the moment is Mitrovic, scoring 16 goals at the moment. Bowen is in second spot. How long is he going to be there? Will he be poached in the new year by a team further up the table, or maybe even in the Premier League? Watkins is also doing bits as well. Fletcher, Grant, Graben, Bamford, Woodrow, and Dacarino is hanging on in there with Eze, with Wigan in QPR in 10th. As for the key assist man, Pereira still leads the way with 10 assists. Eliasson's got 8. Mout's got 7. Luton. Brown's got 6 for Luton. And Swifty's got 6 for Reading. He's had 6, and he's been in that top 5 for like forever. So he's just hang on in there. As for the discipline, Wigan do have Sam Morsey up there with 8 yellow cards. He's not leading that way just yet, but he's not far off. This is what the table looks like at the moment. West Brom do lead the way with 49 points on the board. Leeds are second with 47. In the playoffs, it's Preston, Brentford, Sheffield Wednesday, and Fulham in the top 6, with Barnsley, Wigan, and Stoke going down if the season was to end today. A win for Wigan this match against Rovers could see them rise to 21st or 20th at least above Middlesbrough. A win for Rovers, though, we could go steady on now. Steady on. And I have to look at this again. A win for Rovers and results go our way, and we have a bit of a goal swing, we could go third. I don't know. It's going to be highly unlikely that we'll get third heading into Boxing Day or Christmas even. What a Christmas present that would be. Waking up, we're stretching up, and we're sitting third in the table. That would be absolute. That would be a top-notch Christmas present if you're watching Gaffer and if you're watching the rest of the championship. Just give us hard-fought or hard-earned Rovers fans a bit of a break and give us something to get excited about. Anyway, that's what the table looks like. Let's have a look at the games going on this weekend and right through to the Monday. That's why this video is a little bit later than usual. Middlesbrough against Stoke, kicking it all off on Friday. They'll have a bit of a rest before their next game. All eyes will be on them, though. It's a massive game for those two at the bottom end of the table. Cardiff against Preston, the early game on Saturday. Then we have the full schedule, or full book of fixtures with Reading against Derby, QPR against Charlton, Hull City against Birmingham, Millwall against Barnsley, Fulham Leeds, Luton Town, Swansea, West Brom against Brentford, and Huddersfield against Nottingham Forest onto Sunday with Sheffield Wednesday against Bristol City, with Rovers against Wigan. The game of the weekend, really, going place on Monday Night Football. Be there or be square. And I did have a little bit of a Twitter tweet feed out there about watch-alongs. This unbeaten run, we've not... it's happened because I think it may have something to do with the watch along mood. So I'm just kind of putting them on the back burner for the time being. I was going to do one for Monday night, but when it's just one game going on, there's not much to fill the silence in if it's a ball draw. You know what I mean? So it's a bit risky to do it, and I want to kind of get a little bit tipsy on that day. I'll be off work, clean bill of health. Might get the Baileys out. Start rocking it hard. But yeah, that's that. Let's take a look at the top teams out in the division at the moment. This is what it looks like. Fulham are bossing it with 60% on average possession per game. Leeds are second, 59.8. Rovers are not featured in any of these. Wigan, though, are featuring in second in the aggression column with 46 yellows, 3 reds. To the name. Barnsley just ousted them at the moment. Aerial duels, Birmingham lead the way on that with 55.8% on average, winning aerial duels. Shots per game, Leeds knock around about 16.6 shots per game, with Brentford not far behind. Barnsley not too shabby as well. Pass accuracy, Fulham still lead the way with 86.1% on all passes, reaching their intended target. And then there's the ratings there at the end. But yeah, so Christmas just a couple of days away now, folks. with the prospect of Rovers getting into the playoffs. That's a more realistic aim for this. Well, we'll have a good indication come Monday night or Monday morning as to what a win against Wigan will do. Will it get us into the playoffs? Or will it just keep us floating on the fringes? So we'll know because all the rest of the schedule would have played out. But hey, don't worry, folks. There's still 2 more games to end 2019, and we could end up in the playoffs, edging into 2020, which would be an absolute must. Because last season, I think our festive period, 2018, was absolutely shit. We think we played Norwich, and we think we played Sheffield United, and we didn't run Leeds, and it was a bit of a mess. So. Progress, baby. Progress. Give me your thoughts and opinions about this game and about our season, about the year as being a Rovers fan, or if you're just a Championship fan by chance. Let me know what you're expecting for your team heading into 2020. Do you think you'll be battling bravely against relegation, or do you think you got an outside chance of playoffs? Do you Rovers fans think we have an outside chance of playoffs? Get your thoughts and opinions in the old comment section on flipping heck. Charlie Mulgrew, talk about stalker. I called him one time, and now he's flipping on me like white on rice. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of it. Until I see you again, make sure you bang the thumbs up. Also, bang the subscribe if you're new. New videos pretty much every single day right here on the channel. Until then, I'm out of here. Let's get drunk. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.